Shall we start? No? Ladies first?
No, say it, because I think it sounds really nice with your accent.
What, Archwell Audio?
Yeah.
Archwell Audio.
I mean...
Really?
Shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright, today is December 17, 2022. It is 4:45 a.m. This is video number 2. Video number 1 I did on Sister Space, and I could have easily added with this, but I wanted to keep it separate. So let's get started with this video. Alright, so I showed you this at the end of last video. Alright, so let's get started. This isn't journalism. Quote, I only watch part of the series, but I feel Harry should stop. The royal family should take his titles, and Meghan needs to show us proof. I doubt that Meghan's lawyer will sit in front of a camera and say that she's seen evidence unless she has. Okay, that was for the lawsuit. Okay, the copyright case where she know what was going on because she was the one who represented her.
You just explain, what was the significance in the witness statement from Ed Verity, better known as Ted Verity?
Ted Verity, the editor of the Mail on Sunday, said in his signed witness statement that he had been given information that helped support Associated's case. He said this information came from a senior palace source.
What's been, as we know, is that the Mail on Sunday had the ruling against them in February, and they were then appealing it. So it was lawyers from the Mail on Sunday who would have approached Jason Naff, knowing that these emails and messages existed. That would have been the point. And unless, I mean, the most likely outcome is that Jason obviously would have then gone to William and Kate, and clearly he has cooperated. He would not have cooperated with those lawyers without their definite knowledge.
And he said in his witness statement, this was, quote, not gossip or tittle-tattle.
What does that mean?
What it means is that a senior figure in the royal household, according to Mail on Sunday, was passing him information.
Jason obviously would have then gone to William and Kate, and clearly he has cooperated. He would not have cooperated with those lawyers without their definite knowledge.
That a senior figure in the royal household, according to Mail on Sunday, was passing him information in order to help defeat the Duchess's case.
This is the thing here regarding Harry and Meghan and things being produced to plant against them. Alright, let's listen.
Making allegations, although it's about the media and the institution, he's actually targeting his brother who can't speak out. It's like...
But allegations without evidence, I think, is one of the issues, because there was a lawyer who said, I've seen evidence of stories being planted against Meghan, but apparently, I haven't watched the last 2 episodes, but our producer said that actually there's no evidence produced.
It's pretty wild memory, but awesome.
in the whole 6 episodes.
What it means is that a senior figure in the royal household, according to Mail on Sunday, was passing him information in order to help defeat the Duchess's case.
Of stories being planted against Meghan, but apparently I haven't watched the last 2 episodes, but our producer said that actually there's no evidence produced in the whole 6 episodes.
How accurate or inaccurate were those stories about her treatment of staff in 2018?
Those stories were false.
The Duchess's lawyer spoke to me with Meghan's permission.
This narrative that no one could work for the Duchess of Sussex, that she was too difficult at demanding a boss, and that everyone had to leave, it's just not true.
Of stories being planted against Meghan, but apparently I haven't watched the last 2 episodes, but our producer said that actually there's no evidence produced in the whole 6 episodes.
Royal household about someone who was, at the time at least, a very senior member of the royal family. Meghan was married to the 6th in line to the throne. And, you know, this is very serious indeed. But one other thing that I've learned is that whilst this bullying claim was submitted by their then chief communications officer, the head of comms at Kensington Palace, by their then chief communications officer, the head of comms at Kensington Palace, by their then chief communications officer, the head of comms at Kensington Palace, by their then chief communications officer, the head of comms at Kensington Palace. The staff involved didn't know that had been submitted.
There was a lawyer who said, I've seen evidence of stories being planted against Meghan.
The staff involved didn't know that had been submitted.
But apparently, I haven't watched the last 2 episodes, but our producer said that actually there's no evidence produced.
The staff involved didn't know that had been submitted.
In the whole 6 episodes.
And when they found out, they asked for it to be rescinded. So we've got quite a difficult story here about a bullying complaint, and yet the staff involved, it appears, or so I'm told, didn't even know.
Example out of her for the next time. Whoever think is gonna speak against the royal family, this is what could happen. All right. So why all of a sudden there's an investigation when she spoke out? How long have been in existence?
That may have been one of the things that upset her, and of course the photographs were a setup. The photographs were a setup. I was set up by a guy named Jeff Rayner and another guy named Dylan Howard, who was with American media, I think. And the whole thing was a plan to actually mess up the wedding.
Allegations without evidence, I think, is one of the issues, because there was a lawyer who said, I've seen evidence of stories being planted.
And the whole thing was a plan to actually mess up the wedding.
Against Meghan, but apparently I haven't watched the last 2 episodes, but our producer said that actually there's no evidence produced in the whole 6 episodes.
The allegations of bullying that Meghan faced in the workplace, in the royal workplace at the palace, are somewhat complex, because we talk about allegations and accusations. We've heard the word bullying thrown around. In fact, even the palace put that on a press statement when they announced they were launching an internal investigation. What we haven't heard are any examples or anecdotes to back up these claims. And
the staff involved didn't know that had been submitted.
And, you know, when we spoke to many of the sources that helped us throughout this book, people who were for and some who were even not particularly on the side of the Sussexes, no one was able to give any information that supported or backed up those claims of bullying.
Because there was a lawyer who said, I've seen evidence of stories being planted.
no one was able to give any information that supported or backed up those claims of bullying.
Because there was a lawyer who said, I've seen evidence of stories being planted against Meghan, but apparently I haven't watched the last 2 episodes, but our producer said that actually there's no evidence produced.
When we dug into it even further, we found out that the individual who had made the claims of bullying in the workplace at the palace was sort of speaking on behalf of a few others in the workplace. This was a concerned boss. He was their private secretary to the couple and to William and Kate, who had written to the Human Resources Department to air his concerns over how staff were feeling. Now, what we detail in the book, and I've already gone into detail with in the past as well, was that 2 of these individuals, when they heard that that complaint was made, immediately went to their boss and asked for the information to be rescinded.
Because there was a lawyer who said, I've seen evidence of stories being planted.
They wanted to take back any allegations of bullying. So that leaves a few question marks over what these bullying allegations are. We've yet to hear actually what happened.
Because there was a lawyer who said, I've seen evidence of stories being planted.
No one's come forward with that information, and the palace say that the investigation continues. We may not hear anything until next year.
That the case?
No, absolutely not. No, I mean, and if we're talking about why this whole, Harry Meghan thing started, it started several years ago. If you cast your mind back, the Queen was and always will be the most popular royal, but second to that was Harry. It wasn't William and Kate. It was not William and Kate. And
well, if we can give you the odd smile here and there, that's important. So,
It wasn't William and Kate. It was not William and Kate. And when Harry and Meghan became such a popular couple, it put everybody's noses out of joint.
Well, if we can give you the odd smile here and there, that's important. So,
The establishment wanted to retain the monarchy as it was, to boost William and Kate.
Well, if we can give you the odd smile here and there, that's important. So,
And the media, the Daily Mail and the Telegraph in particular, fed those lines.
Well, I agree with everything until you said the last bit. I think that somebody in the palace.
Well, if we can give you the odd smile here and there, that's important. So,
I think that somebody in the palace decided to take them down a peg or two, and it went too far. Absolutely. But it's all history now, isn't it?
No, but it's not history, because, for instance, if you take the media on, as Dawn will know, you
never win.
If you never win. But the media will always be at war with you, and the Daily Mail does everything drip, 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 poison.
And it's not like Harry and Meghan never use the media, of course.
I learned from a very early age that the incentives of publishing are not necessarily aligned with the incentives of truth. My experience, I guess, has been more pre-social media around the UK press, who sadly conflate profit with purpose and news with entertainment. And they don't report the news, they create it. And they've successfully turned fact-based news into opinion-based gossip with devastating consequences for the country.
Okay, gone are the days when a reporter will just tell you what exactly was in the series and leave you to judge for yourself. All right, so there's me here. Bully is not even the word I will use on the royal family when they enjoy scaring people worldwide by disagreeing with them. That's not bully. We need to call them what they label those who do what they are doing: terrorists. They terrorize people, cause people self-destroy, send people to say bad things. Oh, I was running. This is what happened when I don't want to do a long thread. You run out of room to say your thought, then you start turning words into letters. Okay, send people say bad things nationally. Okay, shame on you. Why royal family should give proof that Meghan was a bully. From what Harry said about his brother and father, they definitely seem more like a bully. This is not even bully anymore. This is not even bully. Okay, I don't think they care now about titles. Harry, little did we know, Harry had already told them they could take his titles away. Alright? But they never said that, but they sent their mouthpieces to say all this nonsense. They cannot take away Harry being a prince, therefore Meghan can be addressed as princess. Okay, and the documentary. You know what, I'm laughing about this because these people, I don't even think they understand their position, meaning some of the members of the royal family. When people adore certain things, they prefer whatever the group of people or the public is adoring. A princess is way lower than a king, but there's this guy who is king. He's jealous about every little thing. But anyway, let me finish this. Okay, in the documentary, did I read that? Okay. In the documentary, Harry said they offered to give up the titles, make you wonder why it was rejected, so that it could be used as a cudgel to beat them with. Tell that to the tabloid. No wonder why Harry and Meghan just ignore them with that title thing. You have this other guy in that video. Okay, it's in 2 videos. This one I took it out of the long video, hour-long video, and put it by itself. I think it's an MP who's saying that Harry needs to give a title. Doesn't he look more like a shady person now? That once you watch the documentary, you hear Harry said, you know, he offered his title, but they didn't take it. Okay, tell that to the tabloid. Let's go to the next tweet. And I think this is a video. Let's see what is that. When they're sending people in front of your house to terrorize you, my goodness, what do you call this? When the person, the house that they're going to doesn't want that kind of intrusion, what do you call this? You're scaring people. All right, sending people to scare the hell out of them.
You are making people want to kill me.
What do you call this? You're scaring people.
It's not just a tabloid. It's not just some story. You are making me scared.
All right, sending people to scare the hell out of them. What do you call this? If this is not terrorism.
You are making me scared.
Okay, let's look up the word terrorism. All right, this was the last word that I did. Okay, let's do terrorism. What is that? All right, let's look it up. Most people think of this, those images, people with guns. Yes, it does involve of that, but let's look at the meaning itself. Okay, the unlawful use of violence and intimidation, especially against civilians, and the pursuit of political aims.
Do you see any scenario by which Harry and Meghan overshadow Kate and
Oh,
William?
yes, I do. I do. I mean, this is immediately was my first thought. You know, this could be a problem.
You are making people want to kill me.
I do. I mean, this is immediately was my first thought.
It's not just a tabloid.
You know, this.
It's not just some story.
This could be a problem.
You are making me scared.
The unlawful use of violence and intimidation, especially against civilians, and the pursuit of political aims.
Is that the case?
No, absolutely not. No, I mean, and if we're talking about why this whole, you know, Harry Meghan thing started, it started because several years ago, if you cast your mind back, the Queen was and always will be the most popular royal, but second to that was Harry. It wasn't William and Kate. It was not William and Kate. And when Harry and Meghan became such a popular couple,
it's not just a tabloid.
It put everybody's noses out of joint. The establishment wanted to retain the monarchy as it was.
Yep. You are making me scared.
To boost William and Kate.
Sometimes that's more than financial.
Well, if we can give you the odd smile here and there, that's important. So, you know.
To boost William and Kate.
Asked me, how many days do you offer this service? And I said 2 days a week. And her straight question was, why not 7 days, Zahira? And I said, funding. So she goes, we can do a cookbook.
To boost William and Kate.
Well, if we can give you the odd smile here and there, that's important. So, you know.
And her straight question was, why not 7 days, Zahira? And I said, funding. So she goes, we can do a cookbook.
And the media the Daily Mail and the Telegraph in particular.
It's not just a tabloid.
Fed those lines.
Well, I agree with everything until you said the last bit. I think that somebody in the palace.
Well, if we can give you the odd smile here and there, that's important. So, you know.
Decided to take them down a peg or two, and it went too far. Absolutely. But it's all history now, isn't it?
But it's not history because, for instance, if you take the media on, as Dawn will know,
the unlawful use of violence and intimidation, especially against civilians.
You are making people want to kill me.
And the pursuit of political aims.
No, and if we're talking about why this whole, Harry Meghan thing started.
And the pursuit of political aims.
It started because several years ago, if you cast your mind back, the Queen was and always will be the most popular royal. But second, you never win. If you never win, but the media will always be at war with you, and the Daily Mail does everything drip, 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 poison.
And it's not like Harry and Meghan never use the media, of course.
Much of the negativity towards the couple is coming from within the royal family. The royal family and staff of the royal family are the ones that are very often leaking these stories to the press.
I mean, that Oprah Winfrey
if you were in that position, you would fight back too. You would absolutely fight back.
Okay? This is what they're doing. Intimidation. You intimidate them. They don't want to be part of that game. This is the thing here. We need to call it exactly what it is. They're terrorizing.
You are making people want to kill me.
They're terrorizing.
On several occasions.
We had teams investigating it. People have been prosecuted.
They're terrorizing.
We had teams investigating it. People have been prosecuted.
You are making me scared. Right?
Okay? This is what they're doing. Intimidation. You intimidate them. They don't want to be part of that game. This is the thing here. We need to call it exactly what it is. They're terrorizing. Okay, let's use the word terrorize. Terrorize. Okay? What is that? Create and maintain a state of extreme fear and distress in someone.
You are making people want to kill me. You are making me scared. Right?
Okay? You tell me the thing that they're doing to Harry and Meghan. What is it? They're telling you they don't want that. They are willing to work with you at their own term. You want pictures? At my own term. Look at the documentary. We see tons of pictures. Okay? Tons of pictures. So she doesn't want Harry and Meghan, especially Harry, have been saying it publicly since before he even met Meghan. He doesn't want the intrusion. Alright? So they left as Harry was leaving the UK to go meet Meghan and Archie in Canada. He said he's looking for a peaceful life.
The decision that I have made for my wife and I to step back is not one I made lightly. It was so many months of talks after so many years of challenges. And I know I haven't always gotten it right, but as far as this goes, there really was no other option. Our hope was to continue serving the Queen, the Commonwealth and my military associations, but without public funding. Unfortunately, that wasn't possible. I've accepted this, knowing that it doesn't change who I am or how committed I am. But I hope that helps you understand what it had come to, that I would step my family back from all I have ever known, to take a step forward into what I hope can be a more peaceful life. To take a step forward into what I hope can be a more peaceful life. Peaceful life. And to feel your excitement whilst I'm watching. Who saw snow for the first time the other day? Thought it was bloody.
We've been really conscious of protecting our kid.
As a dad.
To take a step forward into what I a step forward into what I hope can be a more peaceful life. To take a step forward into what I hope can be a more peaceful life. To take a step forward into what I hope can be a more peaceful life. Take a step forward. Take a step forward into what I hope can be a more peaceful life.
What's going on, my love?
We are making this balloon arch. For Archie's first birthday.
It doesn't look like an arch.
It'll get there.
Will
We
it?
just have to blow all of these up
Fine.
and use these and
Into what I hope can be a more peaceful life.
follow the instructions.
Correct.
Into what I hope can be a more peaceful life.
What is it that you're making?
Those, obviously.
I was there at Christmas.
What is it that you're making?
Those, obviously.
I miss so much of Archie's life, but
To take a step forward into what I hope can be a more peaceful life.
it's okay. You ready to pee? Let's have some milk.
To take a step forward into what I hope can be a more peaceful life. Into what I hope can be a more peaceful life. To take a step forward into what I hope can be a more peaceful life. To take a step forward into what I hope can be a more peaceful life.
This close to my eyes, ever again. Watch, because they're scared of you. These guys,
I gotta do this foot, Mama. Because I believe you.
Oh my God.
I gotta do this foot.
You've got a dirty foot. Papa is a bird watcher, so this is a really big moment for him.
Equally, what's most important for the two of us is to make sure that we don't repeat the same mistakes.
Take a step forward into what I hope can be a more peaceful life. To take a step forward into what I hope can be a more peaceful life. Take a step forward into what I hope can be a more peaceful life.
Alright, Harry will have all the fun then. No, it's alright.
You are making people want to kill me. It's not just a tabloid. It's not just some story. You are making me scared.
Peaceful. He's willing to give everything away. Okay, he was willing to work. You terrorize him with, oh, you need to pay for the the cottage. He paid it. You ask him for other things. He did it. Now he left because he wants peace.
If you want to be private, go back to America and live privately. It's pretty straightforward.
But I hope that helps you understand what it had come to. That I would step my family back.
Go back to America.
From all I have ever known. To take a step forward into what I hope can be a more peaceful life.
He wants peaceful life. He literally said it. But you're sending people at their home in Canada to terrorize them. This is not fair. Okay? This is the word terrorize mean, because English is not my language, because the West they love to label these people this type of things when they're trying to defend themselves. You could look at it at different perspective. Through Google, this is what terrorize mean. Create
No, we can rely on you for being a great guy. So what an incredible friend you were to Meghan Markle is. Have you guys hung out at all since then?
No, we haven't spoken. She just wrote me a very nice thank you letter and I framed it, and that was very nice of her to do. She just appreciated that I was honest, but it's so funny that we live in a time where everyone's like, it's such a big deal. I just did the right thing. Right. You know, it's okay to feel like that should be the norm and the status quo, but it's like, whoa, it's so crazy. He told the truth. I think we should all be a little more honest.
Well, thank you for doing the right thing.
Maintain. Maintain.
I was called by the Sun newspaper. If you don't know what the Sun is,
that's all you need to know.
And they called me about a month ago to ask if I'd write about how Meghan was like Wallace and how Meghan was going to destroy the royal family.
Maintain.
What do you think about destroying the royal family?
How Meghan was going to destroy the royal family.
What do you think about destroying the royal family?
Like Wallace and how Meghan was going to destroy the royal family, and the arguments between Meghan and Kate, and I said, I'm really sorry, I'm just not privy to all of this. I don't think I could do it. And the commissioning editor was really twisting my arm to write this article and say, but you could say, couldn't you, that X happened, and you could say that she's fired all her staff, and you could say that Kate has said this. And I said, well, I'm really sorry, I don't know that, I can't do it. And this conversation went on for about half an hour, and I didn't write the article, but it just gives you an insight into how this whole thing is being, you know, the flames are being fanned by the media.
A state of extreme fear.
It's not just a tabloid.
A state of extreme fear.
It's not just some story. You are making me scared.
A state of extreme fear.
Right? And like that night, to be up and down in the middle of the night, looking down my hallway like, are we safe? Are the doors locked?
A state of extreme fear.
Is security on? Is everything? That's real. Are my babies safe?
A state of extreme fear.
And you've created it for what?
Do you see any scenario by which Harry and Meghan overshadow Kate and
Oh,
William?
yes, I do.
And you've created it for what?
The Queen was and always will be the most popular royal, but second to that was Harry.
For what?
It wasn't William and Kate. It was not William and Kate.
For what?
And when Harry and Meghan became such a popular couple.
For what?
Well, if we can give you the odd smile here and there, that's important. So, you know.
And when Harry and Meghan became such a popular couple.
For what?
Asked me, how many days do you offer this service? And I said 2 days a week. And her straight question was, why not 7 days a hero? And I said, funding. So she goes, we can do a cookbook.
I know the fact that she'll be really unbelievably good at the job part of it as well. Is obviously a huge relief to me, because she'll be able to deal with everything else that comes with it.
For what?
But no, you know, we're a fantastic team. We know we are.
Because you're bored, or because...
Well, if we can give you the odd smile here and there, that's important. So, you know.
And distress in someone.
And you've created it for what?
Filled with terror. This is what they're doing to Harry and Meghan. They are terrorizing them. So the thing that Harry and Meghan are going through,
right? And like that night, to be up and down in the middle of the night, looking down my hallway like, are we safe? Are the doors locked? Is security on? Is everything? That's real.
is a form of terrorism. So these people need to be labeled exactly what they are doing.
And used fake documents to obtain the interview with my mother. Made lurid and false claims about the royal family.
I walk into the house and stick my hand out to Camilla for the first time. And I said, Camilla, I'd love to have a word with you if possible.
He says that your husband renewed his relationship with Mrs. Camilla Parker Bowles. Were you aware of that?
Yes, I was.
but I wasn't in a position to do anything about it.
But if Diana had hoped to get support from the Queen, she was sorely disappointed. According to the princess, the Queen turned a cold shoulder to her appeal for help.
Yes, I was, but I wasn't in a position to do anything about it.
The princess described an emotional scene inside the walls of Buckingham Palace.
And I was sobbing, and I said, what do I do? I'm coming to you, what do I do? And she said, I don't know what you should do. John was hopeless, and that was it. That was help.
Yes, I was, but I wasn't in a position to do anything about it.
Made lurid and false claims about the royal family.
And she looked really uncomfortable, put her head down. She said, oh yes, right. And I said to the two men, okay boys, just have a quick word with Camilla, and I'll be up in a minute. And they shot upstairs like chickens with their heads. And I could feel upstairs all hell breaking loose. What was she going to do?
What evidence did you have that their relationship was continuing even though you were married?
A woman's instinct is a very good one.
So I said, Camilla, let's sit down. So we sat down, and I was terrified of her. And I said, Camilla, I'd just like you to know that I know exactly what's going on. And she said, I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I had knowledge of it.
From staff?
Well, from people who minded and cared about our marriage, yes.
What effect did that have on you?
Pretty devastating.
And I said, I know what's going on between you and Charles, and I just want you to know that. And she said to me, very interesting, she said to me, you've got everything you've ever wanted. All the men in the world fall in love with you.
A husband who loves someone else, yes. It was already difficult, but it became increasingly difficult.
And she said to me, very interesting, she said to me, you've got everything you've ever wanted. All the men in the world fall in love with you.
And used fake documents to obtain the interview with my mother. Made lurid and false claims about the royal family.
Do you think Mrs. Parker Bowles was a factor in the breakdown of your marriage?
Well, there were three of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded.
The most damaging charge that is made in relation to your marriage is that you were, because of your relationship with Camilla Parker Bowles, from the beginning, persistently unfaithful to your wife and thus caused the breakdown. What is your response to that persistent criticism?
Well, there were three of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded.
I mean, all I could say is that I mean, there is no truth in so much of this.
Made lurid and false claims about the royal family.
Speculation. And Mrs. Parker Bowles is a great friend of mine. I have a large number of friends I'm terribly lucky to have.
Well, there were three of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded.
So many friends who I think are wonderful.
Well, people were, when I say people, I mean friends on my husband's side, were indicating that I was, again, unstable.
And make the whole difference to my life, which would become intolerable otherwise.
Which played on her fears and fueled paranoia. Displayed woeful incompetence when investigating complaints.
You've got two beautiful children, what more would you want? And I didn't believe what she said anyway. So I said, I want my husband. And she said, well, and she looked down the whole time. I said to Camilla, I'm sorry I'm in the way. I obviously am in the way. And it must be hell for both of you. But I didn't know what's going on, don't you know? In the car on the way back, my husband was over me like a bad rash. I cried like I've never cried before.
Which played on her fears and fueled paranoia.
And you've created it for what?
Which played on her fears and fueled paranoia.
I cried like I've never cried before.
Looking down my hallway like,
I cried like I've never cried before.
Which played on her fears and fueled paranoia.
Are we safe? Are the doors locked?
I cried like I've never cried before.
Is security on? Is everything?
Which played on her fears and fueled paranoia.
That's real.
It was anger. It was 7 years of pent-up anger coming out. Cried. I didn't sleep that night. And the next morning I woke up.
Displayed woeful incompetence when investigating complaints and concerns about the programme, and were evasive in their reporting to the media and covered up what they knew from their internal investigation. It is my view that the deceitful way the interview was obtained substantially influenced what my mother said.
What effect did that have on you?
Pretty devastating. Rampant bulimia, if you can have rampant bulimia, and just a feeling of being no good at anything and being useless and hopeless and failed in every direction. Wow.
In a practical sense, how did it become difficult?
Well, people were, when I say people, I mean friends on my husband's side were indicating that I was, again, unstable.
Ken had to put it in. And then when Ken had put it in, Charles grabbed him by the throat. Well, they said, "You do understand, Ken, I just have to let this out."
When I say people, I mean friends on my husband's side were indicating that I was, again, unstable. When I say people, I mean friends on my husband's side were indicating that I was, again, unstable.
A great friend of mine. I have a large number of friends. I'm terribly lucky to have so many friends who I think are wonderful and make the whole difference to my life, which would become intolerable otherwise.
Which played on her fears and fueled paranoia.
Friends on my husband's side were indicating that I was, again, unstable, sick, and should be put in a home of some sort in order to get better. I was almost an embarrassment.
Do you think he really thought that?
And I have a large number of friends I'm terribly lucky to have make the whole difference to my life, which would become intolerable otherwise.
Well, there's no better way to dismantle a personality than to isolate it.
So you were isolated?
Mm-hmm. Very much so.
Alright, so let's go back to the tweet. Where did it start? Oh, so perfect. Alright, so there's this here. Did I read that? Okay. What's wrong with that? They're saying the sky is the limit. It seems like the UK, the lazy, mediocre royal family, is the limit. You people are an embarrassment to human life. You're holding society back because you have nothing positive to offer or contribute to society. Okay, let's listen to this. This is a video the royal family put on Twitter. I don't know. I blocked them so many times. I block, but it popping up. You want to show a proof? Okay, let's listen to this. Okay, while Meghan has spoken about the issues that come with intense fame, she also told viewers of her new docuseries While Meghan has spoken about the issues that come with intense fame, she also told viewers of her new docuseries about her desire to be known worldwide from an early age. Okay? She achieved it. Okay? Remember, it wasn't her who chased Harry. You forgot that part. In the documentary, it was Harry who pursued her. She was even pissed that Harry was late. She didn't care if Harry was a prince. She was pissed he was late. And then she forgave him because he was literally late. Okay? He wasn't lying to her. So what are you saying here? She worked hard. We could see. This is why the US kick your ass out of there, because the US used to be a commonwealth of you guys, because you want to create mediocre limit of yourselves. There's Meghan, who grew up in a moderate lifestyle. Okay, she ate. She had a roof over her head. Her parents were working. Her mother was working hard to provide for her and all of that. She spent certain time with her mother and certain time with her father on weekend. And she was the only child. We need to emphasize that. She was the only child by both of them. When she sees them, she was the only one with them. Okay? She wanted more. She wanted more. Did she beat people to get what she had? No, she worked her ass off to get where she is at.
Yeah, it's still my baby. I wanted a place where I could share these great experiences I'm able to have and make it inspirational for people, but also a reminder that it's all attainable, you know? Like I didn't grow up with this kind of lifestyle or being interviewed or having fancy things. Like that is all very new. And so to be able to show like, you want that, you could totally have that and you are enough and you're worth it. And it's also been a great way for me to connect with people.
Through that, she met a lot of good people. Her friends, okay? Look at her co-stars who fought for her, okay? Because Meghan is a good person. But now, because of connection of her work ethic, okay, she worked her ass off to be where she's at. The royal family wasn't a limit for her, okay? She wanted the sky. She reached for the sky. The sky is the limit in the US, okay? You work your ass off. Even though they try to put barricade after barricade after barricade, people who fought through those barricades and reached for the sky, okay? So what's wrong with that? All right, so this was my thing here. Okay, what's wrong with that? Let's listen to it. 2 minutes and 56 seconds. Please go to their channel and watch it because I will stop in between. Okay?
Many have questioned the validity of the statements Meghan Markle made in her and Prince Harry's 6-part Netflix documentary. Among other things, the Duchess of Sussex said she struggled with the intense scrutiny of the British media and became suicidal when she couldn't get support from the palace. Meghan had spoken publicly about these issues before, after she gave birth to her first child, Archie, in 2019.
It's hard.
She admitted she struggled with the attention that followed her entrance into the firm.
Okay, so what happened in between? From that interview, from the time she started and doing the cookbook, do all the other thing. What happened to this point on where she was struggling? What did you do in between? You leaving stuff in between. Okay.
In this emotional interview with ITV News.
Which probably sounds difficult to understand here, but when I first met my now husband, my friends were really happy because I was so happy, but my British friends said to me, I'm sure he's great, but you shouldn't do it because the British tabloids will destroy your life. And I very naively, I'm American, we don't have that there. What are you talking about? That doesn't make any sense. I'm not in tabloids. I didn't get it. So it's
the tabloid that we have, the US don't even bother taking them as news, but in the UK it seems like it's the gospel of the universe. They take it for face value even though they know the people are lying. Okay, so this is the thing that she's trying to wrap her head around. In the US, the tabloid, the ones that we have, people don't even buy them. We stand in line when we're paying for our groceries. There was one of the I think I tweeted about it. There was a tweet while I was standing online and took a picture of it and share it on social media. Look what they're talking about in the US. We don't take them as gospel, as news. Alright. Oops. Oh, damn it. Where was it? Okay.
You shouldn't do it because the British tabloids will destroy your life. And I very naively, I'm American, we don't have that there. What are you talking about? That doesn't make any sense. I'm not in tabloids. I didn't get it. So it's yeah, it's been complicated.
She explained how vulnerable she felt being in the spotlight as a new mum.
And let's not forget as well, things that we learn later on. Fire in Archie's room, okay? You're leaving, a lot of things is missing in between here. Okay? A lot of things is missing in between here. The things that she went through that made her to do that interview and her response to that. Okay? Cherry picking. Okay.
I would say, look, any woman especially when they're pregnant, you're really vulnerable. And so that was made really challenging. And then when you have a newborn, you add this on top of just trying to be a new mom or trying to be a newlywed. It's yeah, well, I guess, and also thank you for asking, because not many people have asked if I'm okay.
And the other thing we need to take into consideration, because the royal family is supposed to do charitable work, because Meghan was so good at it, they trying to distract her with nonsense that should not even be. Okay, so this is the stress that they were putting on her, so she could stop or leave or commit suicide or whatever. All right, so people in the UK need to examine their royal family and said, there's Meghan who came here a few minutes. This is the amount of work that she did with smart work, hub community, and probably some other thing I'm not even aware of. She did so much for a few seconds she was there, but what have they done? Instead, they distract her and throw her out of there. And then what are they doing? What the royal family are doing? Look at the first video that I did with Sister Soldier. Why I keep on saying Sister Soldier? Sister Space. Okay? She went over there because she spoke out against racism. All of a sudden, there's investigation, there's this. Her charities was bombarded with hate and all of that. And then all of a sudden, to have her sit down for that photo op, for the palace to look good, everything is gone. And later on, I learned, I didn't verify it, but later on I learned they dropped the investigation. All right. So the royal family love to create distraction for nothing. Meanwhile, they're receiving millions to help charities. And also, if the government was doing what was supposed to be done, charities will not be needed. Okay? So let's finish that.
But it's a very real thing to be going through behind the scenes.
But while she did speak about the issues that come with intense fame, she also told documentary viewers about her desire to be known worldwide from an early age. In the scene, she meets with a former...
Okay, why didn't you put that clip where she said it? All right, so what? What's wrong with that? The sky is the limit. So what? And she didn't come into the royal family to change anything. She was there to continue the same kind of charitable work she was doing. But you guys put a stop to it because she was so great at it and you guys were mediocre.
I know the fact that she'll be really unbelievably good at the job part of it as well is obviously a huge relief to me, because she'll be able to deal with everything else that comes with it.
And she didn't come into the royal family to change anything. She was there to continue the same kind of charitable work she was doing. But you guys put a stop to it because she was so great at it and you guys were mediocre.
I'm sorry we can only come and give words and comfort, but we are thinking about you the whole time and we really care about what's going on. So
sometimes it's that's more than financial.
Well, if we can give you the odd smile here and there, that's important. So, you know.
Now being boots on the ground in the UK, I'm excited to just really get to know more about the different communities here, smaller organizations who are working on the same causes that I've always been passionate about under this umbrella.
Well, if we can give you the odd smile here and there, that's important. So, you know.
And also being able to go around to the Commonwealth, I think it's just the beginning of a...
There's a lot to do.
Really?
There's a lot to do.
And she didn't come into the royal family to change anything. She was there to continue the same kind of charitable work she was doing. But you guys put a stop to it because she was so great at it and you guys were mediocre.
But no, you know, we're a fantastic team. We know we are, and we hope to, you know, over time, try and have as much impact for all the things that we care about as much as possible.
I am very excited about that, yeah.
You want the limit for everybody to be you guys. The video that I create with the UK flag, okay? You want the firm to be the limit. No one should exceed you. But if you're being mediocre, my God, you're setting the UK for failure. You're not doing anything extraordinary for people to look up to. Instead, you're seeing pedophile. You're seeing you getting cash of money from people who's pretty much took down World Trade Center from the family. Okay? And you have your brother who's paying a woman he claimed he never met but was being investigated in the US. Okay? So these are the mediocre values you guys are putting up. You want people to stay below that. Harry and Meghan were fresh of breath air in the UK, but you threw them out because they were not willing to play the same stupid work job that you were doing. But you threw them out. All right, let's continue.
Teacher who reads the letter Meghan wrote as a student. Meghan wrote, "When I'm rich and famous, when I write my life story, I will talk about the school, and so you will be known worldwide."
Okay, she achieved it. People need to create goal for themselves. Okay, each one that she, my God, what goal are you creating for your citizen in the UK? Royal family, what goal are you setting for them? You need to set higher standard for the people in the UK. All right, whatever it may be. All right, one person cannot do everything. You cannot do everything. So you need to set high standard for the British people. You should not be the standard because you are mediocre. Your values are freaking shitty. All right, the sky is the limit. So each thing she achieved, she checked the box and continue create another goal for herself. This is what life's supposed to be. I wish I was her. And she achieved everything she set her mind to. This is truly the American value. So what's wrong with that? Just like I say here, okay, what is wrong with that? All right, let's continue. I'm moving it back slightly. And then she went back to the school and met with the teacher. And the teacher gave her the yearbook to read. And she said, look at the lower portion, the PS, whatever it was. And then she made emphasis on it. Meghan went back to what she had promised when she was a young girl. What is wrong with that? This is the exact same thing that I said. When she went to the school with the young people were doing the thing with their arm. Okay, Meghan was fresh air, bright light, things, a person that people can inspire to be. You did not want those young people to look up to Meghan. This is the problem you guys are having. Do good ethical things for people to look up to you. But no, instead, you making laws, you jumping laws, you making laws to be favored to you where you have no boundaries. Okay, so you could do whatever you want. People don't like that. There have to be a limit. There have to be a boundary. They have to have some sort of mutual respect. You don't have that for nobody. I don't even think you have respect for yourselves. So if you don't have respect for yourself, how can other people respect you? Meghan has respect for herself. There's a boundary. Harry and Meghan have a boundary. They respect themselves. Their moral is high. People inspire that. They love that. This is why people respect Harry and Meghan. They don't want to play the stupid game to invade in your privacy whenever they feel like it. Look at the documentary. They show you at their own term. Meghan even show pictures of her kids and stuff like that at her own term. She didn't want you to come and invade her space when she was trying to create a moment with her family and to disrupt their moment. Okay, she took the pictures, whoever took the picture, okay, the one she felt comfortable, she said it at the Oprah interview, the one she felt comfortable sharing with us, she shared it.
Didn't you have an expectation that you're going to have to lose privacy?
Well, it's two things here.
That's part of the deal.
Two things here. I think everyone has a basic right to privacy. Basic, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're not talking about anything that anybody else wouldn't expect. So if you're at work and you have a photograph of your child on your desk and your coworker says, "Oh my gosh, your kid's so cute. That's fantastic. Can I see your phone so I can see all the pictures of your child?" You go, "No, this is the picture I'm comfortable sharing with you." And then if they double down and say, "No, but you already showed me that one, so you have to show me everything." You know what? I'm just going to hire someone to sit in front of your house or hide in the bushes and take pictures into your backyard because you've lost your right to privacy because you shared one image with me.
Mm-hmm.
That's sort of the flawed argument and its operating mechanism that they're confusing people to think. I think life is about being able to share our stories and share parts of our lives that you're comfortable with. There's no one who's on Instagram or social media that would say, because I shared this one picture, that entitles you to have my entire camera roll. Go ahead, look through it. No one would want that. I think life is about being able to share our stories and share parts of our lives that you're comfortable with.
So, royal family, you need to create a boundary and a value so people can aspire to be like you. But right now, the shady things that you're showing, Nobody wants that.
And I write my life story. I will talk about the school, and so you will be known worldwide. Critics of the show.
And we did. And we did. She kept her word. And we did. All right? But you see that as something negative? I don't know.
About the school, and so you will be known worldwide. Critics of the show have lambasted Harry and Meghan for slandering the institution that gave them wealth, power and adoration. In their eyes,
No! Meghan was already up there. Meghan was already up there. When she joined the royal family, her IG, from what I've seen, 2 other squaddies, they shown screenshot. I don't know where I have it. I don't think I have a screenshot of it, but I've seen it. Meghan had millions of followers. How many did you have? I don't think you were in the million. It's when she joined the royal family, okay, and they create the Sussex Royal, and I think they set a world record for how many people was following them. And then you guys start buying bots to match up with her. So you guys didn't give her the worldwide view. Okay? She was already doing a lot of things. Oh my God, let me go back. These people are freaking stupid. You think you gave her the platform? She was using the platform that you have to help your butt, your lazy asses. But instead, you rejected it. So she left and said, you want to be in front page all the time? I'm leaving the country. You told her to leave. She left. You guys are still talking about her every freaking day. All right. I move it back. Let me hear that worldwide adoration you guys gave her.
Critics of the show have lambasted Harry and Meghan for slandering the institution that gave them wealth, power and adoration. Critics of the show have lambasted Harry and Meghan for slandering the institution that gave them wealth, power and adoration. Critics of the show have lambasted Harry and Meghan for slandering the institution that gave them wealth, power and adoration. Critics of the show have lambasted Harry and Meghan for slandering the institution that gave them wealth, power and adoration. Gave them wealth, power and adoration. Have lambasted Harry and Meghan for slandering the institution that gave them wealth, power and adoration. What? In their eyes, the invasions of privacy the couple endured were a small price to pay for a fairy tale existence.
But what I remind him is that no matter what you want to be when you grow up, it's your character that matters most.
Their supporters, meanwhile, have praised the couple's perceived bravery.
Yes.
Speaking out against what they describe as an abusive family.
Yes.
And escaping when they got the chance.
Yes. My goodness. Let me read some other comments in there. Let me see here. Okay, there's me here. Alright, what's the term used by the West when one group fear tactic and terrorize others? What is that term again? Almost forgot. When Meghan married into the royal family, she had over 1 million IG followers. Royal family had, what, a couple thousand? Okay, then bots got involved to compete. Meghan was already globally known, for your information. Alright, there's that. I wish somebody could put a screenshot of that. Okay, global reach and trend. What is that? Okay, there's the squad putting the thing worldwide. They think the royal family give them the adoration. Oh my God. King Charles the cruel, William the bully. Thank you, Tyler Perry. That's what was trending. Alright, but who won't wish for the star? Thank you. I'm not the only one who say that. Who wouldn't wish for the star as their highest goal? Is it wrong to be wishful in life? Meghan is blessed with the clear vision of what she desires her future to look like, and more blessed for her that her wishful vision is actually playing out before her very eyes. Blessed. Thank you. We all dream of that, and she was born to a parent who worked in the business, and she grew up on a set, so please. All right, so again, there she is saying that she wanted all this attention, so then when she gets it, then she can't handle it. Nah, don't. Okay, let's go. Oh my God, how can she handle it? You wanted her to play mute and suck it up for your own reveling. Meghan is widely famous and is handling it quite well. Your type is not to be satisfied. Meghan is upward bound and monarchical tendencies can't alter it. Okay, being fame is not the same as being attacked. Unfollow. Exactly. If you guys did not see that documentary, they show people coming at their doorstep, the place that they were being rented in Canada. Okay, how is that fair? And I think that's when they went for vacation. That was before they actually said they were leaving. Because of that, but anyway, which he has achieved under most negative light ever. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, or she known worldwide or wide, just not in a good way. Nah, people understand her position, and there's people, they wanted this to be in a negative way. That's what I'm saying. What's wrong with that? Okay, and she was too bad. We really and would couldn't accept that. Okay, too bad she cannot cope with it all. I mean, if you're terrorizing her mental health, and you wanted her to stay quiet, if they had defended her, and if they had allowed her to talk, I don't think she will have any problem with that. But the abusive, they wanted to use her as a punching bag, not to, counterattack. Look at this. They went and intercept her letter. They did not want her to pursue the lawsuit. Meanwhile, they were the one who were behind all this nonsense. My goodness, Harry wanted a private life, I thought. Yes, he did. And they wanted to show you at their own term. At their own term. Not you invaded whenever you want. Okay, well, snarky. There's that. All right, let's go to the next one. Oh my God. All right, so there's me here. It's perfect. Perfect for the next one. Okay, if royal expert and British media tell you that they don't believe their action and endangered Meghan Markle's life in the UK, here's Tom Bower threatening Duchess of Sussex on TV. All right, and this is I think a retired officer who's saying things about counterterrorism that were being put on her. All right. Quote, there were many serious, disgusting threats against Meghan Markle from far-right former Met Police. Let's listen. Okay, it's Meghan I'm after. Tom Bower here. All right.
You were in charge of royal protection. How would you characterize the threats that Meghan and Harry received?
Well, disgusting and very real. I've talked publicly for many years about the threat of extreme right-wing terrorism in this country. I've often been misquoted as taking my eye off the ball, as though I think that was the biggest threat. I've never called it the biggest threat, but it was the fact.
Oh, what happened? Oh, something happened.
You were in charge of royal protection. Meghan and Harry received.
Well, disgusting and very real. I've talked publicly for many years about the threat of extreme right-wing terrorism in this country. I've often been misquoted as taking my eye off the ball, as though I think that was the biggest threat. I've never called it the biggest threat, but it was the fact.
Oh, okay. So that's where she stopped it, I guess. It stopped the same place. It won't play. All right. I've never called it the biggest threat, but it was the fastest growing. All right. And then you people wanted her to stay over there and get those abusive kind of threat. My goodness. And then when she was in Canada, they sent people after her because Harry and Meghan were there for a while without anybody knowing. But as soon as the royal family were aware of it, they sent people. My God. What the fuck?
He was born. He'll keep his princely title. Is Meghan Markle? Because this book is really Meghan.
You were making people want to kill me.
We see?
I see. I thought it was about Harry.
Okay. They were after her.
It's not just a tabloid.
Okay. They were after her. My God.
It's not just some story.
All right, there's me here. We should start calling these people what they really stand for, terrorists. They love to label other groups. Here they are terrorizing almost anyone who's trying to live their lives. They've literally caused deaths with their terrorist threats, behaviors disclosing their location. Okay, strangers showing up at their properties after their security was pulled. Tell me what this is. It is not terrorism or threat behaviors. Look back at Princess Diana's ordeal until her death. Okay, her not being with us now, fear of Meghan Markle and her mother are all due to the terror of what thrown at them. All right, so that's that. They forgot all of that. Okay, all this negativity that was going on when she was over there. They forgot all about that. All right, next tweet. All right, there's that guy again. Okay, Harry and Meghan's Netflix have broken the British royal family's kayfabe and lay bare their deal with the press for good coverage. The family will continue on as nothing has happened, but their image has taken a hit. Okay, Harry and Meghan's Netflix broke bow. Okay, William need to give some sort of a conciliatory reply to these attacks on him. I mean, it's not an attack. It's just things that happen. They're just telling their truth. How is that an attack? I mean, well, I guess you will say it's the attack they receive, because Harry said the brother screamed at him, all right, for protecting his wife. I mean, I forgot for what, but whatever. All right, conciliatory reply to these attacks on him and the royal family. It's very serious situation. All right. As I'm editing this video, I mean, it's taking me almost, what, maybe 3 days editing it. As I'm editing this portion, all I'm thinking is this is what happened when men, okay, not women, men, is running the world or a country, okay? They don't know how to do peaceful transition, peaceful, anything peacefully. The only thing that they know is attack, attack. Attack for what? My God, these people are literally mentally crazy. Anyone who does not think the same way as them, they consider them crazy. They call Princess Diana crazy. They call Harry crazy. They call Meghan crazy because they don't want to play their stupid games. To them, it's a game. And every way they want to do things is just attack. Who have time for that? Harry literally told them he wants peaceful life, but these people keep on attacking him. Something has to be done to stop this madness. And this is exactly why the world we're living in right now is in chaotic mode. Because these men, they don't know how to do anything peacefully. Everything is attack. And guess who's suffering? Our children. Okay, so let's get back to the original recording. So they need to speak and stop sending you those mouthpieces to talk on their behalf. They were able to put a letter out for, was it Naosi, Sister Space founder. Look at video one.
I think they're building up their own lives now. And the question is really how the royal family handles it. My view is that they've got to, William needs to give some sort of considered reply to these attacks on him and the royal family. It's a very serious situation which they've created, and they're going to earn a fortune out of it. And
who created the situation? Because Harry said when he realized, he see the pattern that was going on, you know, similar to his mom, the best thing was for him to leave. It was Harry's decision. Okay? So who started all these animosities? It wasn't Harry and Meghan. They were just doing their work. I'm moving it back slightly. And let's not forget him. He created a book full of lies. The squad were debunking all of his lies and every single page of his book.
And they're going to earn a fortune out of it. And don't forget, there's Harry's book still to come next month. And then at some stage, there'll be Meghan's book. I mean, they're making a career out of this stuff.
Hey,
and
you guys been making money off of them since they've been together. So what's wrong with that? People wants to know the truth. Whoever wants to know the truth can buy the book. So what's wrong with that? You wrote a book full of lies. And I even say your book wasn't made for the now. It was made for the future, where our great-grandkids is searching for Harry and Meghan to see what they did. They will see you're full of BS of book. Nonsense you wrote about them. So they had to tell their truth. So, and then the father wasn't willing to, I guess, support him. Not that Meghan wanted to be supported by the father, by Charles. They have to make money somehow. The same way you were more than happy to create your BS book about them.
they're getting huge attention. And I will add, I'll concede, they're getting a lot of sympathy.
So
both
what?
in America and...
They need it because you guys put them through hell. You terrorize them. This is literally terrorized. In the previous clip, it's Meghan you after. What the hell you want from her? She had nothing for you to offer you. What the hell do you want from her? You're a freaking old hag. Go mind your own business. You literally go on national television to say it's her you after. What does that mean?
He'll keep his princely title. Is Meghan I'm after? Because this book is really
Meghan you are.
You see? She doesn't want your old ass.
in Europe and especially across Africa, Asia, and the Caribbean. They are believed.
Of course, they have to be believed because you guys went worldwide. The same way that, what's the other one who got punked from the YouTubers? All right, once the thing put out, it's run like wildfire. You did that for what? Since she was in the UK, since she married Harry. Okay, all the lies run worldwide like wildfire. So they had to put that truth out there. You were speaking for her. She didn't want your ass to speak for her. And everything you said were lies. So they had to tell the truth. And I'm glad people are receiving it. And guess what? Time is money. You guys went after her, said those BS about her. She need money to prevent the nonsense from you coming after her.
He'll keep his princely title. Is Meghan I'm after? Because this book is really
Meghan you are.
We see? To pay for security. Alright? My goodness. They have to be believed because they're telling the truth. It's not like Harry's telling his truth in one part without Meghan and Meghan telling her truth without Harry. They both sat down and they recollect their memories of things that happened together. Okay? So they were telling the truth. But you guys, my goodness. So what happened to the bullying investigation you were so keen to tell the world about? What happened to that? My goodness.
That is a very, very serious problem for the British royal family and Britain altogether. They won't.
That's not Harry and Meghan's problem, okay? Their truth is what's matter, okay? It's not the Harry and Meghan's problem what the royal family is going through. Because if they had supported them, welcomed them, okay, instead of creating issues, the unnecessary issues, none of this would have happened, okay? They allowed the press to say BS about them. And then they're supposed to shut their mouth and take it in like nothing happened. What did you expect? What did you expect? Jeez. And then the worst thing is, as they were leaving, they disclosed their location. This is terrorism at civilian level. You're sending people to terrorize them, to fear. They don't know, is the door locked? Is is security on? And all of that. They should not be living in fear like that because of the words you put out there about them. Alright, let's read some of the comments. In professional wrestling, the term kayfabe refers to the practice of maintaining the illusion that everything is real, including the scripted personas, rivalries, and storyline. Alright, their image has been battered for decades, all due to their own doing. Thank you. Okay, I remember vividly the bullying and nastiness the Windsors, Charles, and his spin doctors, Mark Bolan, had subjected poor Di to. They made her life a mystery. Okay, Charles lying to his teeth about his mistress. Alright, the same thing continue. He lost all the energy he had not long ago, completely deflated, and he's not even trying to persuade himself to fake narrative that America is turning on them. There's a lie. Make my soul full. Okay, or could it have happened to a more rotten man? Okay, is this old man not tired? You would think at this age he'll be enjoying retirement, but is still peddling lies. No rest for the wicked. Alright, at least it was kind of this man to advertise for Harry's upcoming book, Spare. That is true. Okay, why is he not talking about the media and their racist camps against Meghan? Bow to the rescue. Isn't this guy who had it's Meghan's his after? Thank you, yucky guy. Alright, then he just write a book about them full of lies. There it is. Alright? So only you can make money off their story. Thank you. Alright? Jeez, the table can be turned too. Meghan, I understand you had little baby boy, but I'm really waiting for your video. What is that? Okay, I'm glad he knows that they are believed. Okay, but the monarchy will continue, always does. All right, so they could continue that thing. Harry even said this is why he's living in another country. All right, so Harry and Meghan are doing that thing. The royal family could continue to do their own thing. If the British people want to accept the pedophile, all those nonsense that's going on, that's their problem, because it's not my tax money going to them. But Harry and Meghan, I will support whenever I can. All right, let's go next tweet. All right, there's this. Remember when KFC3 took their security away? Then strange people coming on their property. Remember? Fear and terror on people or their tactic. Savage mode. 10 people like it. All right, what was this? Okay, plot twisted. Harry and Meghan will keep their title and invite to the coronation. In my opinion, Palace does not want to appear cruel or punitive. Instead, they'll wage another PR battle to shame Harry and Meghan into dropping their title and missing the event. Interesting move. All right, let's see. What are they talking about now? Prince Harry and Meghan will receive invitation to King's coronation. Will receive. This is the PR nonsense that they're talking about. Royal family will not respond to call for Duke and Duchess of Sussex to be stripped of titles and attempt to maintain dignity. Whatever. We already know what Harry said. He was willing to give it. And the US doesn't care about the freaking title. People in the US don't care about that. Work ethic is what people strive for. All right, people with ideas. Okay, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex will be invited to the coronation of King Charles III despite their public criticism of the royal family. The Telegraph has learned the Sussexes, who used their Netflix documentary to make serious allegations against the palace and their family, will be included in the ceremony on May 6 if they wish to attend. Neither Buckingham Palace nor Kensington Palace have responded to claim made in the series include. They just did. They just did. That video that I just showed you. It appeared on my timeline. Okay, while Meghan has spoken about the issues that come with intense fame, she also told viewers of her new docuseries about her desire to be known worldwide from an early age. Okay, she achieved it. Okay, remember, it wasn't her who chased Harry. You forgot that part. In the documentary, it was Harry who pursued her. She was even pissed that Harry was late. She didn't care if Harry was a prince. She was pissed he was late. And then she forgave him because he was literally late. Okay? He wasn't lying to her. So what are you saying here? She worked hard. We could see. This is why the US kick your ass out of there, because the US used to be a commonwealth of you guys, because you want to create mediocre limit of yourselves. There's Meghan, who grew up in a moderate lifestyle. Okay, she ate, she had a roof over. Let's listen to it. 2 minutes and 56 seconds. Please go to their channel and watch it, because I will stop in between. Okay?
Many have questioned the validity of the statements Meghan Markle made in her and Prince Harry's 6-part Netflix documentary. Among other things, the Duchess of Sussex said she struggled with the intense scrutiny of the British media and became suicidal when she couldn't get support from the palace. Meghan had spoken publicly about these issues before, after she gave birth to her first child, Archie, in 2019.
It's hard.
She admitted she struggled with the attention that followed her entrance into the firm.
Okay, so what happened in between? From that interview, from the time she started and doing the cookbook, do all the other thing. What happened to this point on where she was struggling? What did you do in between? You leaving stuff in between. Okay.
In this emotional interview with ITV News.
Which probably sounds difficult to understand here, but when I first met my now husband, my friends were really happy because I was so happy, but my British friends said to me, "I'm sure he's great, but you shouldn't do it because the British tabloids will destroy your life." And I very naively, I'm American, we don't have that there. What are you talking about?
when I had blocked them, but it was worth sharing. Okay, neither Buckingham Palace nor Kensington Palace has responded to claims made in the series, including the Prince of Wales screamed and shouted at his brother. Don't you guys always keep on saying he's incandescent with rage? So there's Harry confirming it. You guys keep on putting the tabloid keeps on putting headlines, he's incandescent with rage. So Harry just confirmed it. Okay, and briefed the media against him. They await further disclosure and Prince Harry's memoir on January 10. The palace will also not respond to public calls for the removal of couple's title. Because now you know, because Harry had said he already gave it up. So now you rejected it. Do what you need to do to take it from him. It is understood, despite growing demand from critics for them to stop using Duke and Duchess of Sussex in their new lives, sources have said working members of the family intend to maintain dignity in the face of public criticism, continuing their engagement without further comment. Senior political sources are now urging the Duke and Duchess to simply stop using their titles rather than force Buckingham Palace or the Privy Council to remove them. One conservative MP who did not want to be identified said, quote, if they want to use the titles, they should have more respect for the institution. Well, respect is given as it is earned. You guys are disrespecting him and his wife, okay, throughout. So what respect does he need to give you? I don't even think he's disrespect anybody. He's just telling his truth, the thing he went through. But you guys turn it to a different way. That's your problem. Quote, if they want to use the title, they should have more respect for the institution. They are trashing their family whilst using titles handed to them by that family, the Queen. Have some self-respect. Oh, Harry do have self-respect. He does.
But what I remind him is that no matter what you want to be when you grow up, it's your character that matters most. And nothing would make his mum and me prouder than to see him have the character of what we see before us today. You.
I think it should make him look at his character and look at how he's behaved for sure. Okay,
the Telegraph understand the royal family believes that to remove the Duke and Duchess title will be unnecessary punitive. Whatever, that's your problem. Okay, the Telegraph understand that the Sussexes have not yet received a formal invitation. This is like a freaking ping pong ball. Okay, formal invitation in common with others, but a source said, okay, sources, okay, all members of the family will be welcome. Whatever. Okay, for self-respect, this is my take on that. They wanted the headline. For self-respect, I think they should stay away from the UK, do their parties with their kids, because it's Archie's party. All right, let's see some of the comment and then go to the next one. All right, another confirmation, but it's from the Mirror. Okay, Harry and Meghan will be invited. There's the thing, will be, but it's not yet being invited. Okay, will be invited to King's coronation even if they make further claims. Whatever. Valentine low blow low blow for the time. Harry and Meghan will be invited to the King's coronation December 16th. That was yesterday. Just nonsense. There's me here. Remember when KFC 3 took their security away, then strange people coming on their property? Remember? Fear and terror on people or their tactic, savage mode. Okay, it's almost as if Charles is finally stepping in and telling media he's inviting them. No doubt the media's next move is to ensure they don't come so that they can accuse them of snubbing the king. Okay, speaking of someone who stopped attending, they have to keep in mind, Harry and Meghan could easily respond back. If they're saying they're nonsense, they didn't invited, they this, they that, whatever it is they put on the tabloid, Harry and Meghan could easily respond. They don't have that nozzle, that, that woman who claimed that Meghan and Harry should put a nozzle in their mouth. I have that clip. I'll share it with you.
Harry and Meghan, please, I beg of you, everybody who has your interests at heart is hoping you will put a muzzle on your mouth and start to behave responsibly.
What is it? Lady L or something like that. Okay, they want the public to think they are good people. LOL, gigs up and breeds. You're raging toxic baby snatchers. Toxic baby snatchers. Royal family will not respond in an attempt to maintain dignity. So in other words, they want to do it, but no, it will look bad. Right after this, that's it. Can shame him with the title anymore. In January 2020, they offered to relinquish their title. He said no. Okay, now that we know from their own mouths that there's written record of an offer to return the title. Why they need to send an envoy to go apologize to Doria first. They disrespected and hurt that mother. Oh my God, Miss Doria. Oh my God. To all of that. And you know what erased the cry for me when she was sitting trying to wipe her tears is her running across the room. I think it was Archie on that thing. At least they sent her grandbaby to her. She even said that at least I don't have to fly to go see them. Okay, this is the universe working in their favor. They are where they're supposed to be right now. All right, next tweet. And when the people are running against the royal family, at least Meghan and Harry don't have to be there. All right, next tweet. Prince William, the angry bird. King Charles III, the weak father. Okay, what is that now? Let's see. Prince William will unleash blasts of anger on Father Charles, who meekly listen. New book. William. Okay. Prince William will unleash blasts of anger on Father Charles, who meekly listen. New book. Prince William, Robert Lacey writes, had a contentious relationship with his father, who never measured up in his son's eyes as a wonderful parent. They both deserve each other. He trained the son to meddle with the tabloid, and then you have him to he perfected Charles' way. That's all. That's what happened when you train people to be vicious. That's what you get in return. That's his fruit of his labor. Okay, Prince William's earth-shattered role with Father Charles submitted meekly. Whatever. What else? The boys got a temper. There it is. So there's Harry who confirmed it. The brother screaming at him. Because what I think is that all of his tactic did not work. With our prayers, with our collective prayers, they maneuver to their BS that the trap that they were setting him up to, him and his wife. All right. The boys got a temper. Camilla.
So many friends who I think are wonderful.
Camilla told friend that Prince William will shout and Prince Charles will meekly submit. New book claims. All right. So Harry wasn't telling a lie. He pretty much confirmed it. Care, put chuckle, peg bully him. We guess that's probably another way to, how do you call this? To make him look good. Charles, toward his coronation, he wants to look good. So we have to say it's Charles' fault. That's the fruit of his labor. If you have trained and teach your child to be compassionate and be respectful, you might get that in return. So you get what you deserve. I don't know. I don't wish that on anybody, but if this is the way you want him to be, and then he's unleashing what you taught him back at you, so whose fault is that? Okay, it's elder abuse at this point. Even though Chuckles is trash, Will needs to realize he can stoop to his level and be abusive. What was it? There's a clip that I have that sending one of those people was saying, oh, William, what is it? The people don't like, I'm paraphrasing. The people don't like Charles. They think William should be the next one in line and whatever. And then the other people who were sitting, commentators were saying, well, William had some baggage too. It's just that they don't want to talk about it. And then the woman was like, oh, hello. What is it? Hello, lawyers and all of that. Okay. So he knows. They know how to play that game. Let's see here. Yep, incandescent is his father's son, and Harry is his mother's son, and character, acts, and spirit. Okay, sound like he terrifies people with his shouting. Yep, that's the word terrify. Okay, terrify. There's another clip that I have where Charles put his hand on one of his butler's neck because something fell down the thing, and he felt like he had to unleash. He got his match. He trained him to be that way. So, I don't know. I don't feel sorry for him. If he had taught William the right way to behave, this would not happen. Okay, let both of them stew in their misery. Harry is criticized when he spoke about William shouting and Charles lie. They should lock those two in a room and leave them to get on with it, like father, like son. Exactly. Okay, is this tide turning when his mistress become public and his other children? All right, let's go to the next tweet. Okay, I'm already on 50 minutes. Okay, You do know this was William's fancy dress party with theme most offensive costume, and will help him pick it out. Alright, so they love to bring this back. Alright, so it started here. Okay, after watching episode 5 of Harry and Meghan's Netflix, I'm absolutely gobsmacked. Okay, I just don't understand how that family thinks any of this shit is right. Racist, inhumane, and just downright disgusting. Alright, so in response to this tweet, this person felt this is what they have to put. Okay, this is teenage Harry, who people around him are teaching him the wrong thing. Okay, so there's this comment here. You do know it was William's fancy dress party with theme most offensive costume, and will help him pick it out. And then he apologized. He said was one of his biggest mistake he made in his life, and he went and I think he said to how do they call this, like a priest, not a priest, they have Orthodox Jews or priests or something in the Jewish community to help him understand what had happened. All right, so this is someone who learned from his mistake. He doesn't keep on banging his head on the wall thinking there will be a different result. He saw the outcry, he did something about it.
Equally, what's most important for the two of us is to make sure that we don't repeat the same mistakes.
Now he learned. All right, I'm pretty sure he will not make that mistake again. All right, when his brother who set him up for that.
Probably one of my first days, isn't it? Probably me turning up thinking I've got my older brother at the school, he'll be looking after me, when in fact he just ignored me.
All right, let's go to the next one. And why will someone do a party with the most offensive costume, I mean? All right, you're unable to view this tweet because the account limit. Okay, I forgot what this was about, but what I'll do is that if I find the screenshot, I'll put it. I think it was Harry sitting. I think it was that one. Okay, I think it was similar to that. I put it on my community, but I think it was that. If it's something different, I'll put it. I'll find a way to find it, but I was able to see it on my how do you call this, on my phone. All right, so there's the here, they have what they deserve. All right, I forgot what the tweet was. Okay, there's me responding. When your limit is the royal family, I can understand, but when sky is your limit, well, you see Harry and Meghan still doing charitable work, and be free. When you've seen better, you know better. People forget the harassment they were getting and still getting. So is this the narrative they're going by now? All right, I forgot what the tweet was saying, but I know it was the picture that I just shared with you. All right, there's this. Well, when you don't know your worth, you'll take anything given to you. All right, there's that. Yes, I totally agree. Pack your bags, you can have it. And yeah, I think the thing was saying something about if that Harry and Meghan don't want that, they could do it themselves, like he could pack their bag, and I forgot exactly how it went. Oh jeez. All right, let's move on. All right, 'cause I'll have to read the thing. I didn't know it would not show up here, but it was a picture of Harry sitting eating on the thing. All right, next tweet. Or is it that? Let me see. All right, I have it on my phone. I'm gonna read it on my phone. Okay, give me Nottingham Cottage. I will dedicate my life to service and tend to the horses. Thank you very much. So amazing that Meghan thinks she's worthy of so very much, and Harry is straight up snub. All right, so that was the tweet, and I cannot see it. I'm reading it on my phone here. All right, and this is someone tweet that and say they have what they deserve, which is that. Okay, and there's me here. If when your limit is the royal family, I can understand, all right, based on what I just read. But when sky is your limit, well, you see Harry and Meghan still doing charitable work, and be free. When you've seen better, you know better. All right, so I don't need to keep on reading that. So I just saw it on my phone. Next tweet. Alright, so they rather stay with mediocre. Alright, there's me again here. Another one. I'm saying, I put next to it, poor people thinking. Is that the one? Okay, I think I just messed up on something. Let's see. Let me make sure. couple. Okay, so that's that. I was on the right one. Okay, so this one now. Okay, okay, I will never ever get over this. They're mad Harry married a beautiful, smart, successful black woman who upgraded his home from this to this. Alright? There's a picture of that. Look at him sitting out there eating. That was I'm gonna go to my community board and read what I put. Alright, so there's that. Let's go on my community board. I think I shared this. Alright, this is it here. Alright, I saw this first image, which is that. I saw this first image. It made me think about Harry with the samosa behind his back, image 2 and 3. Alright, this is image 2 and 3. There's the samosa he had behind his back. Okay, fourth image, I'm thinking only of Meghan Markle can handle that baggage, aka Prince Harry, along with everything else he come with. Third image, all right, there's Meghan. She's the only one who could handle Harry. Okay, third image, all Harry wanted is his own little family to love. Love wins. All right, so that's that image. Look at him. You know what that also reminds me of? When he was a kid, he was trying to pick up the puppy, and William made him put it down when he finally got a good grip. That's what that remind me of. All right, there he is. His home is still, look at the coaster of the UK flag. So he didn't forget about the UK. All right, so the picture tells 1,000 words. All right, there's the coasters of the UK flag. There's him as a little boy, okay, with that binocular he did with toilet paper thing. All right. And look at him caressing the dog. Yep. All right. So let's go back to that and see what other people said. Okay. I think Disney should make an animation or movie based on them about a beautiful, brave girl, save, free the prince, and together they build their own home. I'm still in disbelief the King of England's son lived in a dilapidated shack. Okay, sis, it's unbelievable to all of us. I'm mad too because they made so much noise about Meg living in luxury. And then the other thing is Harry and Meghan were the two most, how will I say that, where you could actually see their work being flourished. You could feel, you could taste, you could touch the fruit of their labor. They were not just words. Okay, when they said they're gonna do charitable work, they do the work. It impacted people's life, and this is how they treated them. Okay, I'm just shocked that the prince live in a palace like that, and that Kate and Will live in it when they got married. Not everything is as it seems when it comes to the world. That is for sure. Okay? I think Fergie tried to tell us when she did her Oprah interview. Okay, because what happened is that they want whoever's in control, whoever, or the king or queen, they want to make every member of the family do what they do, what they want them to do, because they control the money. And this is the thing that they wanted to do with Harry. Meanwhile, there's Harry and Meghan, who are hard workers, okay, went and create their own money. Okay, moving up to the west side, Harry and Meghan finally got a piece of the pie. People who's been with me with 200. Maybe I'll put that video back up again because YouTube was giving me a hard time. Each time I reached 200, they keep on removing it. It took me a while, and when I finally stayed with 200 subscribers for like a week or so, I was so happy, thinking it's like 1 million. And I wasn't even in the, how will I say that, in the monetization program. No, just the fact that I passed 200. I create a video showing the subscribers number. I'll put it up for you guys, for those who's new. And I read some of the comment who said that, oh my God, you, I guess they are new subscribers who like my channel and they thought that I should have more subscribers and all of that. This is what happened when you tell the truth. At least, in my humble opinion, I think I'm telling the truth based with evidence. At least I think. All right. So when the truth is being spoken, they want to suppress it. So I'm okay with that. All right. Because Harry and Meghan are doing good things. If the establishment can do that to them, imagine what they could do to you, me, or anybody else. Look what they did to Sister Space Charity. Okay? So just think about that. This is why my channel is in existence. And YouTube think it's all about money. Guess what? I've said that many times. I need money. Everybody needs money. All right. But if you wrap your head around money alone, you will never be satisfied. All right. A lot of people have been very generous with me with their $5, $2, even more. Okay. You all know who you are. Yeah, I don't want to mention the name because some of you don't want to be mentioned. All right. So you know who you are, and I appreciate that. All right. So when the truth is being spoken, they suppress those videos. All right. I could show you. This is why I share the background. All right. This is why I share the background for weeks. All right. Since the last time YouTube have paid me, it's stuck between the 500 and 600. Meanwhile, there's more people are watching my video, with the exception, I will show you, I don't care about this, I will show you, with the exception of these videos, because they are copyrighted. Okay, I didn't do those videos because of that. These two videos, the what do you call this, the preview of the Netflix, all right, I put it out for you guys because some of you, I don't know where you guys could see it, so I put it out for you. All right. And then when I'm doing my own video, I could make reference to it. You could go watch it on my channel or any other channels you see. It wasn't about the money. All right. So 2,000 plus people saw this, couple of that. I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about these. All right. With the green sign. All right. There's couple thousand, 2,000, and there's 700 or whatever. There's couple thousand people are saying that. This should not be like that. It should have been more than 600, because I've had videos that had less views were past over 600 or 700. All right. So if I'm wrapping my head around the money alone, I know YouTube is cheating me. I already know it. This is why every time I show you the background. All right. I'm not hiding anything. I don't know. But if I wrap my head only on money, no videos will come out. All right. So let me read some few more and move to the next one, because I have a lot more. I have 2 more. Okay. And then another video to do, and I think it's a video review. Okay. Moving on up, I'll re-upload this video that I did just because of that. Okay. No wonder they've been complaining about the 14 bathroom. Yep. They didn't want anything nice for Harry and Meghan, specifically Meghan. But Meghan, this is the thing, the progression of things. Meghan, as a kid, lived in a middle-class family, working class, from both parents. We've seen pictures of her when she was young. You got a roof over your head, you have food on the table. That was a typical life of regular life family. Okay? Anything extra, you have extra money, you could do extra thing. So Meghan wanted more. What did she do? She worked her ass off for it. And then she became an actress. She did other things. She lived in Canada very peacefully. She enjoyed whatever she enjoyed it at that time with friends and families, neighbors, whatever. She enjoyed good life. When she realized she was going to get the show, okay, the show was being renewed again, which means she will still have income coming. This is how frugal she was with her money and knows when to spend and when not to spend. All right. Once she knows the TV shows have been renewed again, there will be more income coming in. She said, you know what? I'm going to go on vacation. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Okay? Because now she is fully aware money is going to come in. She could spend more. So she did what she wanted to do. She did charitable work. She went to India. She did this. You know all about it. If you watch in that documentary, she spoke about it. And then there come her baggage. The only baggage she could carry, because Harry was the one who saw her first. And I've said this about the IG thing with him looking in his phone. And I think I gave a pretty good close enough of what I was thinking. What they say. All right, let's see here. Let's see. That Nottingham looked like a playhouse, dollhouse, while Frogmore is old. I can't get over the white refrigerator though. Harry will. So that's why the squad were making fun of that. Okay. I can't get over the white refrigerator though. Harry will not want to go back to UK after living in Montecito. It looks like a shed. Oprah was right when she know Okay, when no one will believe it. All right, let's see here. I was gonna, okay, she says shed here, right here. Okay, I was going to say shed, but my shed is better looking than that building. Okay, Harry was in Cinderella in this scenario. And the thing is that, to know what Meghan had in Canada, all right, she was living in luxury in her own little place, all right, and then to give all of that for that, this is love. This is absolutely love. Those Karens who saying, oh, I didn't know they will marry what is it, a divorcee, American divorcee. If I knew, I'll put that video wherever I had it. I did I think it was Meghan Kelly or something who did that. The real reason why Meghan Kelly disliked Meghan Markle.
If only I had known that the royal family was into divorced Americans, I would have tried harder earlier in my career. I would have tried harder earlier in my career. Tried harder earlier in my career.
Will she give up her lifestyle to go live at Frogmore? Okay, all those Karens was crying foul. Let's see here. Harry was the Cinderella in this scenario. Laughing my ass off. I heard someone refer to Tyler Perry as the fairy godmother. I hope they write a story about that. I'm telling you, make those royal rats cry some more, because they hate when people making money, but only them could make money. Okay, thank you. Tyler Perry was trending earlier. Yeah, I did see it. He was trending specifically for how they help Harry and Meghan, and is literally Lilibet's godfather. Yep, he came out and said Nottingham Space Montecito. All right, so there's that. Let me move on to the next one. I'm already an hour. Next tweet. There's that here. Okay, the Sussexes. Oprah couldn't believe how tiny Nottingham Cottage was. Alright, there they are here. Okay, will those Karens live whatever lifestyle they had to move on? Look at how Harry put his stuff. Look at this. Not even a closet. Okay, will any of these women who's crying foul will give up all whatever they had to be there? Well, I did read one tweet who said they'll do that, but that's not Meghan. Alright, there they are here. Is that what do you call it? Frogmore? Okay, but Meghan was willing to, to give up everything for this guy. I'm telling you, if this doesn't show Harry who Meghan is, I don't know. Well, he knows. He knows. That's why he's protecting her at all costs. Because this is exactly what he was looking for. Someone who see him for who he actually is. Not as a prince, not as others this, but Harry. And there's Meghan come along. Okay? His prayers were answered. Okay, Meghan worst. That's the squad making a dig out of it. Meghan worst gold digger of all time. Okay, laughing my ass off. Meghan Central. That was such a shock to me. I just assumed Harry was living luxuriously. I can't believe he was actually living like an unwanted orphan. Yeah, it does look like a real Harry Potter. But Harry, was it HP? Was shown love at 10 and on. My God, and they tried to destroy the only thing he cared about. Yep, that's exactly that. There's 2 comments in here. Let's go into that. I just read that. It's beyond cool, isn't it? He didn't care what they have. Okay, he didn't care what they have him as long as they welcome his wife and protect her, and they can't even do that. Yep, yep. That's all he wanted. Protect that. The love. You see, when Meghan went and hugged her, when Meghan went and hugged Harry, that was something they were discussing about. They were near the window. Meghan was sitting at a desk by her laptop, and then she got up and hugged Harry. I was like, that's all Harry wanted. When certain thing got rough and got that hug. That's all he wanted. Love. And he got it. All right, let's go back out. The squad are making fun of that ghetto Fragmore. And then he paid back that Fragmore thing. Okay, I'm truly gonna stop comparing my life because I've been living better than this man for years and had no clue. From now on, I'm Marquis of Buckhead. What did people who've been listening to me, okay, I told you, I didn't want to be with him. Not that Harry will want to be with me. Okay, it's not like I'm, drop dead gorgeous or whatever. People love to make assumptions. We just never know. I've said it in many videos. I would not want that kind of a lifestyle. And I've said Meghan is the only baggage for Harry. Who will put up with that crap? As we see behind a closed door, like Harry said in the engagement interview, people think they know. They assume they know him, but they don't know crap. And there he is. People are singing for what it is. Oprah, the ghetto. Poor Prince Harry was actually Cinderella. The squad with their word, Cinderella. Thank God Princess Meghan and fairy godfather Perry came to his rescue and helped him escape the slave quarters and wicked racist royal family. May they live happily ever after, and may William and Chuck the Cool get what coming for them. Yeah, they need to feel. If they feel whatever they find joy, either Charles, whoever in the royal family, who find the joy, the affection of inflicting pain into Harry and Meghan, I want that table to turn, that boomerang right back at them, to know this should never be. All right, for them to feel, to boomerang back to them, to experience the pain they caused Harry and Meghan. Okay, and he's doing maintenance on it too. Yep, is this where a whole prince live? There's that. Okay, Harry lives out of plastic bins. Meanwhile, his dad required his valet to put his toothpaste on his toothbrush and retrieve paper from a trash bin. Okay? Yep, we know that story. I'll put that story. We have those royal rats talking about it. We need to know the truth. This is where he's living. Okay, and there he is in the back still doing maintenance. And then they make him pay whatever, couple millions of dollars for whatever renovation. I don't know what renovation they get. They just wanted to do the work. I'm telling you, the UK, the royal family really, I don't know, really mess you up on Harry and Meghan because they were doing good thing. And this is the thing also. They didn't care where they live. They just wanted to help people. All right, there's this here. Did I put it twice? I'm still not over Betty having supposedly, yeah, I think almost the same thing. Okay, same picture but different caption. Okay, I'm still not over Betty having her supposedly favorite grandson living in a shack. The hardest working royals living in a dilapidated tiny house. Is it because it was the only place on palace ground not decorated with slavery memorabilia? Cause why? How? All right, there's the picture again. It's like, that's the prince. This is where I live. Okay, you think you know. You have no idea. My God. There's Meghan. You see, she didn't care. She just loved him for him and wanted to do the work. And then they're talking all those BS. I'm telling you, the squad with that thing. There's that. It bothers me too. Okay, we're still waiting for the will to be leaked. Okay, Britain shame of Prince and the Shack really. Alright, there's a lot. There's a lot. Slavery memorabilia. Okay, good grief. You are aware that the Cambridges live in that same location from the time they were married until Prince George was born. Google it, and William is taller than Harry. Did they? I'll look it up, but I don't think they live in Frogmore Cottage, William and Kate. That's why William was jealous, because Meghan had her life set, her kakapo, taking 10 years. Okay, it could be. Designed by Sir Christopher Wren and lived in by a lot of royals over the years, but nevertheless not good enough for our darling Meghan, who deserves everything she gets. Alright, of course, she is worth it. Imagine coming from a life she created for herself to this. On top of that, okay, on top, you are being abused and told that you spent the taxpayers' money. Okay, you paid back, still the abuse continue. I say bigs up to was it to Harry, to our, because Harry, okay. I say big up to Harry because Harry loves for, what's HR? I don't know what's HR stand for. Love for Harry humble to this. All right. Or was it because it's a slave quarters? Okay, hardest working royals or euphoria? Yes, they are. When you look at Invictus, the kind of work that they're doing, the minute the last Invictus finish, they probably start the next Invictus, probably trying to figure things out. Yes, they are. All right. And did you see what they did? Meghan did with SmartWorks, Hub Community, and little did we know, she was cooking with them way before. It's two conversation. I did say it in one of those video, but the only thing they didn't confirm if some of the discussion were mentioned talking about Miss Doria. But I did say it's two conversation that they were, Meghan probably had chit chat with them, and it's to that, you know, the conversation of creating the cookbook. Okay, the history of the Frogmore Cottage. Okay, it is converted former servant cottage. Out of all the properties owned by Queen Elizabeth II, they got a converted servant quarters. There's that. The moment she disliked Diana's involvement on HIV/AIDS awareness, I know she has these fake vibes. She smiles and waves to the public, but deep inside, she ain't a good one. All right, let's see here. William and Catherine lived there until George was 1 year old. Why? He was the heir. You're a racist little girl. You don't know about Irish slaves. Nah, don't expect you to be informed. Okay. I don't know. Whatever. Alright? From my understanding, I think, I'm speaking on top of my head, but I could look it up and put a screenshot. The Irish slave, I think they have a different term for that. Either people who owe money, okay, they make them work so they could be free of their debt or something. They have a term for it. I forgot. Okay, so this is it. Let's do a prayer. Prayer for something better. I don't know. Let's say something better. What do we have? 5 prayer better. Okay, let's see. We do not have one. All right, let's do an image. Let's do this one. Okay, Lord, lift me up for your blessing today. I pray that you will anoint me with strength and self-care today, tomorrow and always. I pray that you will grace me with patience and wisdom. I pray that you will encourage me throughout the day to take the correct steps to walk proudly and behave well. I pray that all of these things in your name, amen. I wanted to read this, but I didn't want to read a long one. But since my mind is in it, let's see what it says. Prayer to give more. Okay. Oh, Heavenly Lord, you deliver me out of the pit of despair. I owe my life to you. What can I possibly give in return? Help me to see, O Lord, with the eyes of Christ. Show me where I can help, where I can give. Show me your face and the face of those in need. Do not let the worries of this world harden my heart. Remind me how much I am blessed, how much I am loved. Wow. No wonder why my instinct was going to it. Okay, then teach my heart, O Lord, to give as you give and to love as you love. And this way Christ lives in me. Show me how, O Lord, as you are my faith and my salvation. I pray in the name of Jesus. Amen. All right, so that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. Oh my God, it's already 6 o'clock. I've been recording since, I don't know. Go look at the video regarding Sister Space. That's when I started. I think it was 3 or 4 o'clock. All right. So I like to, when I'm in the mood or the energy, I just record. And then whenever I have the time, I edit them. All right. So let me do the next video. Oh my God, it's a lot. I have another one. That's it. Thank you for your support.
For me, it's an added member of the family. It's another team player as part of the bigger team. And you know, for all of us, all we want to do is be able to carry out the right engagements, carry out our work, and try and encourage others and the younger generation to be able to see the world in the correct sense, rather than perhaps having a distorted view.